This episode of GMK is brought to you by Devil's Gap Marina, located at the end of Matheson Bay Road on beautiful Lake of the Woods and open all year round.
Good morning, Kenora.
Hello.
Welcome back, Miss Laughlin. We missed you.
Why, thank you. I missed you guys too.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have you. Oh.
It is, but like you're kind of like wow, like the whole loopy.
I know. You know what? This
Donald.
is Donald Trump. Wow, one of our guests is feeling cheeky today.
He always is. That's what I love about him.
You know what? And he is technically one of my favorite guests. He is the most cultured man.
You say that all the time. You know, he's not going to do any special favors for you just because you say that. You know that, eh?
Oh, come on. I think maybe once. I mean, if I do this a lot and he's retiring soon, at least he let me have one ticket. Just one. I mean,
well,
one in smaller
do you know who my favorite person is right now?
Besides me.
My favorite person is whoever was. Like this, in the mornings and that, you know, when the plows go by, because like I live right across from the school.
Yep.
You hear their beep, 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 like this, and I'm going like, oh my God, they're going to plow me in. And I'm sitting going like I don't understand it. So whoever it was, I don't know if it was the actual plow guy himself that was really nice, or if it was somebody else. But I was dreading it. I was getting up early. I was going to go outside and thinking like, oh God, I don't want to do this. And I went out and it was all cleared for me. So thank you, mwah, for whoever did that for me, because that was like super duper nice. And it's another beautiful day today.
It is a fantastic day.
Sunny.
Actually, I'm very happy with today's weather. And today's weather is brought to you by Casey's Grill and Bar. High of -2 today and a low of -7 with a lot of sunshine. Tomorrow, high of -3, a low of -7 with a little bit of snow, but nothing drastic. Saturday, high of -1, low of -6 with 5 centimeters coming in.
Woohoo!
Unpleasant.
I know.
But you know what? It's the weekend, and you know, happy for the weekend. But it's gonna be a little bit more snow.
So whoever does like shoveling, you can come shovel my driveway for me, because I am tired. I did it like once.
Oh, yes. I mean, but it's all going away. I mean, those nice temperatures, it's going away.
It's nice.
March 19th is coming up very quickly, and I need the snow to be gone by then to keep my...
What's March 19th?
March 19th is my spring date. Because last year, as I said, I was on the pitch in my boots and my shorts and everything, playing soccer on March 19th last year.
Really?
Yes, I was.
Don't think it's going to happen.
In my head, it still is.
There's a lot of things that happens in your head.
Actually, not as much as you'd think. Really, not a lot. But
like this, no, it's not this weekend. Next weekend, though.
Yep.
That's, okay, you might have a little bit of a shot. Because then it's going to be St. Paddy's Day.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
St. Paddy's Day is coming.
Get on the old jigs and...
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. And on St. Paddy's Day as well, the Lost Fingers from the Lakewood Concert Series will be in town. So they'll be performing. And actually, that's one of the ones I do want to go see. It seems,
really?
Yeah, it seems really neat. It seems a little bit offbeat, a little bit different, and I want to check it out. So that's coming up on St. Paddy's Day as well. And we have 2 tickets to give away. So if you want to check out the Lost Fingers, all you have to do is go onto our Facebook page or give us an email at goodmorningkenora@shaw.ca, and you will be entered to win a couple of tickets to the Lost Fingers and the Lakewood Concert Series. Yes. Fantastic
There's
stuff.
like lots of good stuff coming up.
Yes.
You know, there's the, more Thistles hockey, which is on Sunday. And then there's, next weekend is like the Ham and Egger.
Oh, that's right.
That goes on, the Ham and Egger. There's a big UFC fight going on the 16th with St. Pierre. That I think we're going to try to get, but I'm just not sure. But there's so much. But guess what and the biggest sign that I'm excited for, this is a big sign of spring.
Yes.
Is don't forget
spring
Sunday or
forward.
Saturday night before you go to bed.
Spring forward. Yep, we move ahead an hour.
We do lose an hour of sleep.
But you know what?
But I think that's the whole...
I know that's
coming.
Spring forward. And you know what? Another sign for me for that summer and spring is coming is I've started doing the Mindbender preparation and the soccer league preparation. So I filled out a grant application, and we're talking about bands and how to get it, who we're going to bring in, and so that to me all of a sudden it just kind of creeped up. I'm like, oh yeah, I've got to get all this started because May We start playing in May.
Yeah.
So
and you should have everything before that done, because you're going to be busy.
Absolutely.
So guess what I'm doing? I am so happy. I am so thrilled. This place has been great because I'm not shy to be in front of a camera and whatever.
Okay.
But I'm actually going to do my acting debut, in a sense.
Oh, really?
There's a group of women that we are getting together to do. It's for a good cause. It's for violence against women.
Yep.
We are doing the vagina monologues.
Very cool.
And I'm going to have Emily on in a little bit later. We just kind of finalized everything. But it is, I'm not sure if anybody, there's one woman, she wrote a whole bunch of monologues. Yep. And there's 15 of them, so we're all getting together. There's 15. Well, there's more than that because there's a couple people on a couple of the monologues.
Yep.
So I'm doing one of the introductions, and so I'm pretty stoked.
That's very
it's
cool.
going to be April 26th and 27th.
Very nice.
The first night's going to be at Minas Hall. The second night's going to be at the Cornerstone. So I'm very, very excited about that.
Oh, congratulations.
There's
That's
tons
fantastic.
going on.
There is. And even on the show, there's tons going on today.
Great day to be back.
It's a fantastic day because the most cultured man in Kenora, Marshal Dace Caine, is here.
And you know what? And now, looking at it, the most cultured woman is going to be here is Lynn Danielson's coming to talk about her trek up north. And that's pretty, she was telling me a little bit about it, and I guess she wasn't as north as I thought because she didn't meet blubber.
But it's still north. It's still north of there. It's still pretty impressive. So
she's still got her fingers frostbite a little bit or frozen.
Yeah.
So why don't we take a break?
Absolutely.
And get right to it, and we'll be right back with Lynn Danielson.
Go Kenora would like to thank Wind and Water Interiors for being a proud supporter of local television programming. Wind and Water Interiors, 326 2nd Street South.
Watch the reigning Rummer Renwick Cup champs, the Kenora Senior Thistles, defend their title against the Southern Ontario champs in a best 2 out of 3, March 29th, 30th, and 31st at the Kenora Rec Centre. Get your tickets at the door and see it broadcast live only on Shaw TV.
One tree over its lifetime will remove about 40 tons of pollution from the atmosphere and replace it with pure air. Think what millions of trees will do. Help Tree Canada grow clean air. Trees do their part. Let's do ours.
My name is Noah, and I'm a Ramps champ. I lost my leg in an accident. Now, I'm a safety ambassador. Today, I'm part of a great Eskimos tradition. I'm the 13th player, and I represent all the fans. Whatever game you play, play safe. A message from the Eskimos, the CFL, and the War Amps.
About it.
Welcome back, everyone, and welcome back, Lynn. How are you?
Good.
Excellent stuff. I love the fact that we don't get cues once in a while. We hear some interesting things.
I don't know if that was caught on tape or anything, so.
So it's really interesting. You had some very interesting times. You went up north for the Arctic
Response Company Group.
Right.
Short form ARCG.
That's
Arg.
Yeah. Well, you were on before you went. And it sounded very interesting. So tell us a bit about it. It sounds very intense.
Well, basically what it is now that we're ramping down in Afghanistan, most of the training that we've done was geared towards environment, like a desert environment. Mm-hmm. And as reservists, we're part-time people in the Army who serve Canada. And I guess some of the bigwigs got their thinking caps on and thought, well, maybe we should be training in more Arctic conditions to serve our Canadian citizens in times of crisis. So 300 or 150 reservists from Northwest Ontario, which means Thunder Bay, Kenora, all the way through Manitoba to Saskatchewan. We deployed to Prince Albert, Saskatchewan, which is kind of like parallel with the Paw, Manitoba, so it's up there.
Yep.
And we had an evening of briefings and got all our stuff together and deployed first thing Sunday morning, the 17th. 100 snow machines. Went out and we went 100 kilometers north of Prince Albert and set up our patrol bases north of Canada Lake. Our patrol base, I was embedded with one platoon, and our patrol base was 13 kilometers away from the Ford operating base, which is, you know, where we resupply and that sort of thing. But we did live in Arctic conditions for about 5 days. And my job there, which was really cool, was as a photojournalist. So I was a soldier and a photojournalist at the same time.
Really?
So, you know, when the guys were working hard, of course, I'd take a few shots and stuff, but the inner me came out and get rid of the photos, get helping the guys, right? Because it's important to get your tent up, get everything organized, get that heat going. We have Yukon stoves, which are fueled by diesel. We also have Coleman stoves, that sort of thing. We set up the tent a certain way so that it's warm, and we actually hit some pretty fierce weather up there. It was minus 32 without the wind chill at one point in time. So one of the things, too, like operating in an Arctic environment, is snow machines break down. You need resupply. People get injured. People get sick. You need to eat. And, of course, anybody around here who snow machines, if you're out in the middle of nowhere and your snow machine breaks down and you have no contact with anybody, no communications, that needs to be established. Our communications guys were constantly working, trying to establish communications with our command post back in Prince Albert. And it was just quite an adventure for me.
So you were saying that you got to actually go up in one of those big herks and
that
hang out of a plane, and it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, well, this is as a reservist. You know, you're part-time. You can join when you're 17 years old. Still go to school, still have a full-time job, that sort of thing. There we go. There's the picture of the herc right there. So all of us deployed from Winnipeg and went to Thunder Bay, picked up the guys in Thunder Bay, and then flew out to Prince Albert. So I flew over Kenora twice. And that's how we got transported to Prince Albert. And I don't know, you want to throw up another one?
Yeah.
This is in the Prince Albert Armoury. And that's all the troops there. That's on the Saturday. We're all getting ready to go. We're prepping, you'll see some more. There we go. We're prepping our boggins, loading them up in the boggins.
Boggins?
Boggins, yeah. It's too wordy to say toboggins. That's the Army, acronyms for everything. But this is the LSSR guys, the Lake Superior Scottish Regiment. They're infantry guys from Thunder Bay. And they're getting the toboggan ready, throwing it in the back of the truck for transport to the Ford operating base. This is headquarters in Prince Albert Armoury. All the bigwigs are putting their thinking caps on and making sure everything's buttoned down. Keep it going there. That's perfect. The Canadian Rangers were very, very important in this. We had each platoon had 2 Canadian Rangers attached to us. This was a briefing the night before. Everybody, you know, getting things nailed down.
Very, very
That
cool.
is really cool.
Yeah, it was a pretty awesome experience. This is us first thing Sunday morning deploying out in the snow machines. There's over 100 snow machines. I think the next picture there, you can see how many snow machines were actually there. Our platoon deployed first. See in the back, see how far they go?
Wow.
Way into the distance. Yeah, and it was quite a sight to see.
I can imagine. Well, that kind of stuff really impresses me because I can't
Yeah,
get up
they're
in the
going to
morning.
keep coming, I think.
Yeah.
This is us setting up our tent at the patrol site. So you can see the snow's pretty deep. And that's all the supplies that we have there in that boggin. So we got to get the tent up, the
Like
heat
that's
going.
all your cooking stuff and everything
Yeah,
too?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to do it quickly as well. I mean, you can't linger with those things.
That's the Griffin helicopter that I kind of hung out and took photos.
Oh my God.
It came in for a briefing at the site. Yeah, this is from 408 Tactical Squadron in Edmonton. They were attached to us as well. Look how deep the snow is there. We got one of the snow machines stuck. And of course, in the LOSV training, snow machine training, we go through that quite a bit so you know when a snow machine gets stuck and whatnot.
It's bad.
Well, to
Well,
get
not
it
bad,
out.
but
How you're going to get it out, right? We were able to light fires, which is not normally what we do on exercise. So the guys were pretty happy with that. And I love cooking smokies over a fire, so I brought smokies too. This is our patrol base, and they went into the bush and got trees and that sort of thing. This is my section coming in off of a reconnaissance patrol. 3 section that we were all artillery.
Wow.
The only artillery section in the whole out of 150 people.
Wow.
And that's just, I climbed up this big dune to take a picture of our base there.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Then that's my section there. One of the snow machines broke down, which I was telling you about. How are you going to get it out of there? How are you going to get another snow machine? So if you saw there the Comatic, this is one of the Rangers. Look at his snow machine. Nice. Everybody was envying that. Yeah. Yeah, but they were, oh, okay, if we can hold up here. This was Tuesday morning, and it's like 7:15. Look at the skyline.
I know.
This is Saskatchewan skyline. And this is my fire team partner, the guy who was driving me on the snow machine. And I could see the sun and it reflecting off his helmet, but of course the mission has to carry on. So I don't know, can I jump off the snow machine and get a better picture, whatever? My section commander came by and he said, you got another 10 minutes, go ahead and shoot. So go to the next one, Jeff. There.
Wow.
And see, it's Bombardier Davy was my driver. He's standing there like that. Everybody was moving around, and I thought the shot was so beautiful. I said, "Don't move." You know?
That is beautiful shots.
And this is the platoons, all 3 platoons back at the Ford operating base. And if you can see, they're all dressed in different sorts of cam. You've got white tops, dark bottoms, dark tops, white bottoms, and then full whites, so that the leadership could tell each platoon apart. So they're thinking way beyond the scales that any of us would. Okay, this is a flight engineer on the Griffin that I was on. And next ones, and here's some pretty cool photos.
So this is you hanging out?
No, well, he opened up the door and he went like this.
God.
And I was a little bit nervous because, come on, it's an open door and you're way up in the air. But as soon as I looked through the camera and started taking shots, all the fear went away, and it was just such a cool experience. That's one of the times when I froze my fingers. Look at that. That looks like a painting, doesn't it?
Beautiful picture.
So that's all the snow, you know, that's moving around from the blades.
You might have a new hobby, you know that?
I don't know. I get paid for this, so. Wow. Okay, so this is an aerial shot from the Griffin, from the helicopter, of the patrol base that you saw earlier.
Wow.
Okay, so see that mound of sand there?
Yep.
That's where I crawled up to take the pictures of the whole base.
Beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, we got more. This is Bombardier Davy. So another part of the operation was we had to go into community and simulate us going in there to help them in time of need. So say their water was not good or anything like that. So the community put them up in a school. And look at this little guy. The community came out to see the soldiers. He's got a little army hat on. He's got his weapon. He's got camouflage. And this is Corporal Dawson from LSSR, who I think he has children of his own, I'm not sure, but he was right on top with meeting with the little kids and you know how it is for little kids to see soldiers. That's the Griffin taking off again, because that came into the community so people could take a look at it. So, and this is us battening things down. This is at the Ford operating base. We're getting all the boggins put together to be transported back to Prince Albert.
That's pretty cool.
There's more.
There's more.
You can keep going, Jeff. Keep going. And okay, so this is just the soldiers when they come back. I mean, they've been out, you know, for a very long time. They still have to clean their weapons. They have to maintain their kit. They have to do everything. And some of their eyes were so, you know, I don't know. The mum comes out in me, and it's just like, these guys are fantastic.
And so how are your fingers right now?
Oh, they're good. I mean, it's no big deal, right? They were good.
I would think it's a big deal.
You know, it's kind of, you go through this spiritual, emotional thing. You're like, oh, let us stop soon, let us stop soon. But, I mean, you have to be in pretty good shape to be in the military. So in order to do this job, you know, you just have to deal with whatever the environment throws at you and adapt and overcome, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I couldn't do it because I'm kind of a whiner, so I would be out.
Oh, there are those too, but they don't get listened to. I'll tell you.
He doesn't get listened to either.
So. Lynn, thanks very much for coming on, and thanks for sharing your experience.
Well, I appreciate it. Oh yeah, they got to see Miss Teen Canada too. The guys really like that. And there's all the snow machines.
Very cool.
Fantastic. Yeah. No, thanks very much for coming on and sharing. It sounds like a wonderful, wonderful experience. And we would love to have you back anytime if you have more things to share.
Oh, you know I got lots to say all the time.
Absolutely. Let's go to a quick break, and when we come back, I'm being told.
It can begin with the simplest of gestures. A gift of time, energy, commitment. Something precious that grows stronger with every hand that touches it, and grows across communities and through the very fabric of our nation, and begins, once again, with the simplest of gestures. To Canada's 6.5 million volunteers, thanks.
Welcome back, everyone, and welcome back the most cultured man in Kenora.
Hang on, you know what?
Hold
Just
on,
for
yes,
1 second,
yes.
Lynn, just get on here
Come
really
on, Lynn.
quickly and just say it.
Go
just
ahead,
look right
Lynn.
into the camera.
Okay. Happy birthday, Dad.
There we are. 81? 81.
Wow,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
Birthday, Mr. Daniel.
Fantastic.
That's adapting and overcoming.
That's adapting and overcoming. That's right.
So how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great.
I'm good. That's good. That was awesome.
So the last week when we were talking, you were talking about going to Winnipeg on the weekend.
Yes.
And you went.
We
How
did.
was that? How was the boat show?
That was awesome. It was awesome. We bought a boat. Yeah, I was telling you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we got a 21-foot pontoon boat. So we're all
And of
excited.
course, you're going to invite us on this summer so we can, you know, do maybe a shoot from your boat.
Oh,
yes.
a shoot
Would
from
that
the boat.
not be like
Would
a
that not be
Thursday
cool?
shoot from your boat?
Wow, I can just pull up
See,
here.
I'm thinking. I'm always
Wow.
thinking.
Yeah.
You can just pull right up here. We can just go right outside.
The new boat.
The new boat.
Yep. I like
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
it. Me too.
Yeah, we're
I like
excited.
it.
We're excited. We've never had a new boat, so this is exciting for us.
Good for you.
Yeah, so yeah, it was cool. So we're looking forward, waiting for the snow to melt and
It's going to melt soon.
hard water to go away.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
We
gonna
gotta go
it's gonna
ahead.
happen very, very soon.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
but-
what is going on in the world of policing, good
Yes.
sir?
well, we always have issues we always bring up. And you know what? Last week it all started. We're just reminding, today's just more of a reminder out there. A while ago we talked about the snow machines. We reminded, especially those who are under 16 and didn't have a license yet, what the rules were. Well, it's the quads now. We're having some issues. The quads are starting to pull out. It's just a reminder to everybody with your quad situation, especially in the city of Kenora and on the highways, because a while ago the laws were changed where you're allowed to operate quads, etc., on a highway. So we're just reminding people out there, first of all, to operate them, you have to be at least 16 years of age on a highway, and you must have a minimum G2 license. G1 won't work. You have to have a G2 license. Okay. And you have to be at least 16 years of age. Of course, you have to have your helmet. You have to have insurance and registration. That's with anything. A big question we always get, reminder, if you're on the highway, even though you have a 2-up seat, there's no passengers allowed on a quad. None. No matter what.
Okay.
If you're on the highway.
Oh.
And if you're on the highway, of course, you have to travel on the edge, on the side of either shoulder of the road, unless something impedes your travel. You can go around it.
Right.
Reminder to everybody: so there are speed limits on the quads. If you're in an area where the speed limit is 50 kilometers an hour or less, you can only do 20 kilometers an hour.
Okay.
If you're on an area where your speed limit is 80 or more, or more than 50, 80 or more, you can only do 50.
Gotcha.
So reminder, and then in the city, there are some issues that came up the other day. Our guys were talking to a few people. There are restrictions in the city where you can take your quad. You can't drive downtown City of Kenora with a quad. Okay. Where even though you're on the highway, but you can't in the quad, there's restrictions, bylaws. The Harbour Town Centre, the exception is, if I recall, it's Lakeview Drive, roundabout north on Veterans Drive. You can do that, but you can't go downtown. Lakewood Cemetery, you can't go in there with your quad. Safety Bay, Anishinaabe Park, that area, I believe it's a restriction from May 1st to October 31st. So just a reminder. And of course, you cannot operate your quads on the sidewalks.
Right.
So a few things we just wanted to throw out there, remind everybody, we're starting to get the questions, the phone calls about them. If you need the restrictions, you can go on to the Kenora, www.kenora.ca site. It's got them on there as well, as far as the city. Just a reminder to everybody, because they're starting to come out again. We don't want anybody to get into trouble. There's always questions.
It's true. I've seen a couple in my neighborhood. I know there's a guy that lives, I don't know, a block and a half away. He's always on his quad all summer and stuff. And I saw him out the other day. And it just sort of reminded me, it's like, oh, right, because I'm still in the mode where I see a quad in the street. I'm like, you can't, oh, wait, you can
you can.
do that.
Then there's always the rules about them. And common sense, of course, we also dictate. If you're on your quad, stay off people's lawns and don't drive through their backyards, etc. And on the highways, again, just a reminder, you're allowed on the shoulder of the road. You're not allowed to drive down the middle of the road. Shoulder of the road, unless there's something in the way that it would impede your travel. You can go around it and then go back to the shoulder.
Well, I imagine that if you're just kind of going a quick jaunt on your quad, it's still very dangerous to be driving, in my view, on a quad on the side of the highway when you've got transports and everything's going by. So,
well, Highway 17 is an exemption. You can't on Highway 17.
Right.
Okay, the Trans-Canada Highway you can't.
Really?
But you're right, any vehicle.
Yeah.
But, a lot of people do them up here. This is northwestern Ontario. A lot of people are used to seeing quads, used to seeing the snow machines.
Right.
And they're looking for them. But keep in mind that a lot of people are not used to it too. And, you're on your quad, just pay attention. if there's any questions, call, or either our office or get a hold of the website at the city, like I said, and it helps you keep those rules under control.
Absolutely. Well, I know with motorcycles, people often don't identify motorcycles, and they don't really
right.
look for the motorcycles. So the quad,
Yes.
same kind of thing. So if you're on the quad, you need to be very careful.
That's right.
Of what you're doing.
Exactly. Be very careful, and remember, if you're on the highway or a roadway, we say highway, that means any road.
Okay.
No passengers allowed.
Right.
None.
Look at that.
Strict.
I have learned something new
We don't make the
today.
laws. That's what
I
they
know.
are.
Just enforce them.
Yes.
So let's kind of go. The spring coming up, and
Yes.
in the last little bit, I mean, it melted, it froze.
Yes, it melted. That's right.
My driveway is a skating rink.
Mine as well.
Like I can't park in it. My daughter and I were shoveling it, and she just shoveled it enough so she could slide on her knees down the ice at the length of my driveway.
That's right. Good for her.
Yeah, exactly. Smart kid.
Yes.
So
yes, keep that in mind. You're right. And we're going to have that weather for the next little while. It's warming up a bit. I see where they're calling, I think, for some snow on the weekend again.
5 centimeters.
Let's just keep that in mind. Stay in control. Be careful. And if we get those storms that come in, if you don't have to go anywhere, don't go anywhere. Just stay home.
And I think this is where it starts getting a little iffy for me too. Like, I know that on the river, it's March 15th that you need to take all your shacks off and everything,
Yes.
but it's just common sense, people. Like, it happens every year. You don't want to ever hear anything, but something happens. So just common sense. Just think. Be careful.
if it's nice out and your ice shack has sunk 3 inches,
That's
you
not a
might
good
wanna-
sign.
Yeah.
That's not a
There's
good
like
sign.
a pool of water around everything.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I was out on the river the other day with my snow machine with a friend, and just keep in mind, I'm thinking, okay, in a few weeks, we got to keep in mind that things are going to start opening up.
Yeah.
The ice isn't going to be so nice. So keep that all in mind. If you know where you're going, that's great. If you don't know where you're going, make sure you're with somebody who does know, or...
It really doesn't take that long.
No.
It doesn't take that long.
Very, very quick.
Once it starts.
So quickly,
Yes.
recap of the Winter Carnival weekend. Things went well, in the.
I understand, yes.
You know what? It was a lot of fun, and everyone that was down there, the fireworks were phenomenal. We had 2 nights. Everyone was busy. Jake Chenier was playing down at the waterfront with kids. He played at Casey's. The kids were going up to him, like sitting down and looking at him and giving him money, and Bijou was it was a busy weekend. So I think on the top of it was a beautiful weekend. I think we had fun on the waitress races, all the events. I think they were fun. People who were doing them had a great time.
Thomas Aquinas, was it Thomas Aquinas won the canoe race, or a team from Thomas Aquinas?
Yeah, I think so. The
Good for them.
mermaid won the sculpture
Oh,
before.
good.
But
Good.
I think then someone said that she got decapitated.
Yeah, I see she's not doing well right now. The mermaid's not looking so good right now.
In the nice weather, I think she got decapitated.
Yeah.
And the weather for the next little while is going to be great. So the Good Morning Kenora weather brought to you by Casey's Grill and Bar. High of -2 today and a low of -7 with some sunshine. Not bad. Tomorrow, high of -3 and a low of -7 with a touch of snow. Saturday, though, high of -1, a low of -6, and 5 centimeters.
Wow.
So all the skating rinks that are on now will be nicely covered.
Yes.
So
That's right.
Yeah, but
That's
it is
okay.
still perfect
That's
weather
how
to
we
go
end.
out and skate.
Yes, and we turn our clocks back this weekend, right?
Sunday, no, back.
Saturday, or forward. Forward, yes,
Jump
forward. Do
like
not
a
go back.
Just like the Easter Bunny, he jumps forward.
Yes.
Springs
Unless there's
forward.
a car coming, he jumps off the highway back.
He comes back at us. Yeah. So, but
Oh, there we go, our quad. We're a quad coming. Thank you, Lynn. Lynn, help me out there. Thank you, Lynn.
So fantastic. If you can check us out too. You can check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Good Morning Kenora. If you've seen anything you want to learn a bit more about or just get a hold of us, you can do that. Go visit us on the website. It's going to be fantastic days.
We want to say a happy birthday to Dan Williamson.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Dan. And have a good day, everyone. We will see you here bright and early tomorrow for the weekend edition.
Cheers.
That's right.
This episode of GMK was brought to you by Devil's Gap Marina, located at the end of Matheson Bay Road on beautiful Lake of the Woods and open all year round.